So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So yeah, we got the download for the next Kizuna Clash, at least the Sugofest. At the time of recording this, we don't know about the new Kizuna unit, but I presume we'll know by the time this video goes live. Anyway, the new Kizuna Sugofest introduces a new legend in Kizuna Clash Legend X Drake, and a new recruit in Zoro. And this is actually legit the third Kizuna Clash recruit Zoro. They really spam him a lot. And yeah, this is a Kizuna batch. I was theorizing before about Zoro, Drake, and Apu being in a Kizuna. And it seems like it finally happens. I wouldn't be surprised if Apu is the free-to-play Kizuna unit. We'll see about that. But yeah, if we take a look at the steps, they look pretty much the same as usual. We usually have a guaranteed new unit step, but that's usually because we haven't got a new Kizuna legend in so long. So instead we swap the Sugofest step, which is usually the third multi, to fifth. And instead of a new character, we have a recommended character. So yeah, not a biggie. A lot of recommended units though, like if we take a look at recommended characters, we do have two new characters. We have Brooke, sadly. I would have loved if it was General Frankie, but as you know, the race will be halved for this Brooke anyway, so not big chance to get them, but still, I'd loved it Frankie was also available. We have Kaido Crew. We have Kusan, who is getting us 6+, finally. Feels a bit late, but better late than never. And the recent Como unit, and the not as recent but pretty new Miyagi and Tristan unit. Both of those are pretty good. I'd say Miyagi and Tristan are more usable in general though. But yeah, let's talk about the new units. We can start with the Zoro. It's a slasher powerhouse strength Zoro unit. And yeah, if you take a look at the captain ability, nothing special, so let's skip it. Special. Reduces one enemy's HP by 10%, ignore defensive effects. -1 CD for the crew. Changes all slots to strength, including block. And if crew has attack boost and ore boost together, you buff them by +0.2. Not the best, but better than nothing, I guess. And if you don't have both effects, you drastically reduce enemy's defense for one turn and doubles damage dealt to enemies affected by death down for one turn. So basically, you can set it up so either you get the death down conditional self-procced with Zoro special, and if enemy has full immunity, you can still set up to get something of a buff from him by having an attack boost and an ore boost, so you can basically swap the order of the specials you use. So I'd say that's mostly a nice bonus, and mostly this Zoro is a death down conditional units. But pretty dope, and changing all slots to strong to include a block can be pretty useful, since we have units who want to have strength dwarves, like Odin for example, and this Zoro is also a slasher, so it works well. He also makes strengths matching for the whole crew, or for slasher and powerhouse, so that also makes it very nice, so full board of matching orbs if you're on a slasher and powerhouse team. So very good sailor for his special, and also resists special reverse. Very nice sailors. Resist slot by 5 turns and critical hits, so yeah, that's whatever. Yeah, pretty dope. He also has a support any Mugi units. And if character uses a special, changes their slot to strength and reduces enemy's defense. So yeah, that can be fine. This is one of those support where you might want to keep it low, since you don't always want a lower death down. Or it can be nice in some cases where you just want a death down to get a conditional boost from another unit. So if I get 2 Zoro, I probably keep them separate to have a level 1 and level 5 support probably, but I'm a bit of a try-hard with stuff like that. Anyway, let's talk about the legend, Kizuna X Drake featuring Apu in the mouth. Pretty funny. Anyway, this is a strength striker powerhouse unit and a strength super type. Sadly, there's a lot of sadly with this X-Drake. Like on one hand, as we'll see, his kit is really darn cool. But on the other hand, there are mainly two things I take an issue with on a personal level. Like, it's not a big deal, but anyway, captain ability. 5 times attack to striker and powerhouse. 1.3 times HP. Sign slash slots are matching. Reduce special reverse by 10 turns. And you deal end of turn damage depending on the number of perfects you hit. And it's to all enemies. So this basically is Shanks' crew's captain ability, but it's always active. And yeah, and if you've used Shanks' crew before, you know it's very powerful. Shanks' crew is really only held back by his lower captain ability by today's standards. So this is basically a modern Shanks' crew that instead it just is special reverse and has a higher attack boost. So pretty amazing. And even against normal attacks only, this still goes through resilience and stuff, so will always be nice to have. Very good captain ability. If you look at the special, you get the 10% HP cut to all enemies, ignoring all defensive effects. Striker and powerhouse carriers get a 2.5 times attack boost. And if captain is a striker or powerhouse, you set the chain multiplier's minimum value to 3.0. So basically it's a 3 times chain boundary, which is obviously very, very good. This is like, together with crocodiles, the strongest in the game now. I don't remember if crocodiles goes to 3.5, but yeah, it's not a big difference, and it's at least the second best. And obviously this pairs very well with a unit like Yamato, for example, who is a striker, also increases chain, does the chain boost, is a striker, so yeah, you can see some good synergy there already. And yeah, super good special, nothing to complain about here. The stuff to complain about is like the super type. First, the fact that he's a super type and not a super class, super missed opportunity. I see no reason for this unit to be a super type unit. He's a powerhouse striker unit. Should have been a super class powerhouse or striker instead of strength. Like, this is very similar to Moria's captain, who also was like class-based captain with super type, but super class didn't exist then. Super class exists now, so it's just super done. Pretty easy to activate though, like any of the supernovas or one of the Tobiroppo, the two groups this X-Drake is part of. And he does some extra damage, ignoring defensive effects to all enemies. -1 CD to strikers and powerhouse. And dex and quick slots are matching. And strength carriage becomes super strength. And basically the matching orbs can be nice, because if you think about, if you build a strength focused powerhouse team, for example, you can run Sunisha. X-Drake's captain ability makes inside matching. Strength is matching because they are strength units, and then Dex quick gets matching with the super type special, so you get all orbs matching one turn just by running X-Drake as captain. So that has some interesting utility. Otherwise, the main thing here is the -CD, but ironically it's not as good as it usually is, because -CD is always very good. But the fact is that this CD reduction in super type specials is often used to counter special reverse, but now instead you already do that with X-Drake as captain. He is immune to he resists 10 turns of special reverse, so it's not as good due to that. So you mainly use this to help speed the team up, to speed run basically, which isn't bad, but it just means it doesn't matter as much as it usually does to have this -1 CD in the super type special. Yeah, no complaints really, except for him not being a super class. Another complaint is that we did get the X-Drake ship before, and it doesn't really work with the legend, which feels weird, but yeah, it is what it is, not a big deal. I can live with it at least. As for the sailors, some extra stats, pretty low for a legend, I'd say. And striker and powerhouse quick slots get matching slot effects, very good. Matching slots are always nice. As for the potential abilities, immune to slot bind, dope. Remove 5 turns of enrage, dope. Or increase damage taken, I should say. And sadly not perfect critical hits, so pretty much useless, but it is what it is. Decent support as well, or very good support I should say. Attaches to any striker unit, and if you use a damage dealing or percent damage dealing special, striker characters get that 1.75 times attack boost. And I'm happy we're getting more of these supports because they really make team building more fun, in my opinion. More ways to get damage dealing specials, like you can put this on a unit like Yamato again, for example, and suddenly Yamato does an attack boost as well. So yeah, just opens up more options in team building, and I'm all for it. But yeah, that's my analysis of the new Kizuna units. And yeah, the treasure map farming goes on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.